Hello everyone, I'm Cheryl Graham. Now today I'd like to let you listen to a little something. Take a listen. Okay, now we only want to hear that one time. Okay, now many of you probably remember that sound. That is the sound of the handshake. Two computers connecting. Communication. Data being transferred by way of the telephone line. Now, in the past, before the cable modem, we used the dial-up modem. Okay? Back in those days, in order to connect to the computer, we logged in. We waited a few minutes, give or take 15 to 20 minutes to connect. Sometimes we needed to download things, updates. Those sometimes would take hours. Now, I know many of us probably have spent time on our computer waiting. Often we would get up and go do other things. Now, however, extremely slow connected to the computer was in our earlier days. We were happy to have it because that was all we had. Now today, I just want to share with you how the modem came to be. Now, my story. What was created during the year of my birth? The creation? The modem. The year 1959. Yes, long time ago. Now, what is a modem? The modem is hardware that allowed us to transfer data by way of the telephone lines. That is done by converting digital signal to an analog signal. Now, during the 1920s, information was sent by way of telegraph and cablegram through teletypes. The modem didn't come to be until the project or program Semi-Automatic Ground Environment Air Defense System, better known as SAGE. This happened during the Cold War time period when America was in the Cold War with the Soviet Union. This project needed to be able to communicate data information to other countries such as Canada through terminals that were at different bases, radar sites, and command and control centers. However, it was not called the modem. It was called the data phone. Now, in the 1950s, the company Bell Laboratories, who went on to become AT&T, decided to take up the task of creating a better device. Now, in 1959, they accomplished that. They created the 300-bit data phone. They also changed the name. The name, the modem. Now, where did they get that from? Well, the modem uses a demodulator and a modulator, or should I say a modulator and a demodulator. Now, the name comes from the first three letters of modulator and the first three letters of demodulator. Modem. Now, even though it was created in 1959, it was not commercial viable until 1962. Now, during the course of the modem progression in 1977, Mr. Dennis Hayes and Mr. Dale Harrington created the first PC modem. Now, Mr. Harrington, being an alumni of Georgia Tech, Mr. Hayes, being an alumni of Georgia Tech, met Mr. Harrington when they was working at the NATA Data Corporation in Atlanta, Georgia. Two fellow Georgians. They went on to create the company or build the company Hayes Communication and became a well-known quality modem company that was known for their build of quality modems. However, due to ever-changing technology, and we know how fast that is, they went into bankruptcy in 1998. Now, before I go, let me show you a picture of Mr. Harrington and Mr. Hayes. Now, I am grateful to the SAGE project for their need of communication, to be able to share communication. I am grateful to the Bell Lab who decided to take up the task of creating a better device. I am thankful to Mr. Hayes and Mr. Harrington who decided to go commercial with it. But mostly, I'm grateful to the people and companies that came after who created us, who created what we have today. We now have modems such as cable. Now, this is an old modem, old lab modem. But we have modems that used to take minutes and hours to connect. They now take seconds. However, due to their process or their work, we now have modems. They started the takeoff of the modems of today. What will it bring in the future? What will we see in the future? Who knows? We already communicate in space. Will we be able to talk to other planets? Will we be able to communicate to the universe? Someday, we may communicate to other alien beings. Who knows? Anyway, before I leave you today, I'd like to share with you some of the sites I was able to retrieve information from. I am very grateful for their expertise and their hard work. Such sites as A History of Modern Computing by the MIT Press in Cambridge, Massachusetts. The modem of Dennis Hayes and Dale Harrington. Their site, history-computer.com. The site of Mr. Dennis Hayes himself, DennisCHayes.com. And a big thank you to Computer Hope. They shared a magnitude of information on their site, computerhope.com. So, I thank you for listening.